Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Cardiac. The A-list Cardiac. All joking aside, I've always thought he had a really cool design, but could not care less about him as a character, and I'm curious. We'll do a question of the day right now. Did you guys want a Cardiac figure? Is he high on your list? And what rank would you give him? To me, he's probably not even a C-lister. He's probably a D-lister, but really cool design. So like, that's cool. It's odd that Hasbro put all the money into giving him a new sculpt. I mean, they probably had to in order to make him, which I'm fine with because it's a really cool design, but I'm curious. Did you guys care about Cardiac? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, really cool looking figure. We'll see if it actually turns out to be any good. Let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. Okay, before we look at the figure, let's take a look at my package. It's the classic retro package, which does look very nice. Love it. The blue and pink and purple look is nice with the red and yellow. Very good looking. Artwork there doesn't match the figure because they did the wrong version of his face, which is unfortunate. Second question of the day, which face do you like more? The one Hasbro chose or the one that they did? The one with no nose and the pupils, whereas this one has a nose and no pupils. I will take this one over this one every single day of the week, but the packaging is nice looking regardless. Which ones do you want me to review if I haven't already? It's basically just these two. Should I? Don't plan to buy them, but maybe. Alright, so this guy is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store if you want to get one. I'll put a link in the description below. He stands 16.6, 16.7 centimeters. That's going to make him roughly 6... Well, that's 6.5 inches. That means I probably overestimated. Yeah, about 16.5. 16.5, 6.5, that's your average for Marvel Legends. Just a touch taller than Darwin. Let's just have another quick chat about this guy. I'm not an expert on his character, but I'm pretty sure his whole story is he ripped out his heart and put some contraption in there so that he could fight the evils of corporate greed. Is that right? Is that his thing? He fights corporate greed with superpowers? How does that even work? How do you use a stick to fight corporate greed? I'm very curious about that. And if he's an anti-hero, that means he should be at least doing some good stuff. Is he just beating up greedy corporations? I don't get it. Let me know. Okay, so super cool design. In fact, it's one of Hasbro's best sculpts. So they took a really cool design and they executed really well on this guy. It's not perfect, of course, and we're going to talk about it because it's a review, but this guy looks nice. I don't prefer the choice of head that they did, and also the way they sculpted it, he has no lips. It's not that he has an open mouth or something that's the problem. It's that the way they sculpted it, his lips have been just removed, which is super weird. There's no lip action there. Very strange. Looks like a zombie. But the paintwork and sculpt work otherwise is really clean, and it does bring this guy to life nicely. The zigzag, the heart monitor pattern on there. Man, this guy is 90s, isn't he? He's got so many pouches, and his suit is a heart monitor. It's very cool looking. They did a good job, except for the pouches. Like on the thighs, the pouches have no thickness at all, so it looks really weird. And they're just like thin strip of plastic that kind of is shaped like his leg, so it's a little bit cheap looking. It's a lot cheap looking. It's a little bit weird, but he does have his pouches, and his heart monitor is done pretty well. The pearly paint is really nice for the stripes. The rest is sculpted or molded, kind of pearly. It's okay. The shoulder pads work well enough. They look good. The sculpt for the torso is really nice. He's got some meat to him. Look at that, front to back. There's some meat on this guy. It's nice. His shoulders aren't ridiculously far forward. This is a really solid sculpt. It's very nicely done. Fortunately, the articulation is not great, but the sculpt is not bad. His chest actually comes a little bit lower this time, like it's supposed to. This guy looks like he's supposed to. He's got some meaty thighs. His legs actually tapered downward. This is what every comic character should look like. And obviously, I don't mean the pouches and the heart monitor. I mean the overall physique. They should be a triangle from top to bottom, with the point going down. It's true for the shoulders, it's true for the waist, it's true for the individual legs. Like they pinch in at the knees, but they're still thicker up here and narrower down here. This guy looks so much better than most Marvel Legends. I mean, prior to this guy, the beefiest build they had was this. No, I'm joking, of course, but look at that. What the heck is that? This is how you sculpt a comic book character. It's very nicely done. He actually looks muscular and powerful, and that's what they need to look like. It's so much better than most Marvel Legends. I'm going to give this guy's aesthetic a 9.5 out of 10 for Hasbro. It's really nicely done. Needs some paint and stuff and some improvement here and there, but this is perfectly acceptable. for a new sculpt. Maybe they're on a trend, because we've seen a few figures lately that look kind of like their comic versions. So maybe they're on a trend. Now, as far as accessories go, don't get too excited. He has two fist hands. I'm sorry, he has one fist hand, not two fist hands. I want to be clear. One fist hand and then one style pose hand, which is, I guess, okay. Because he does have two grippy hands with vertical hinges, by the way. Thank you very much. And then he gets his flexible stick of doom. It looks kind of like a what are they called? Dum-dums? It's supposed to be like an energy ball, right? Because his power isn't really electricity, it's energy projection, even though it should be electricity, given that that's what a heart monitor runs on. But whatever. His stick is really flexible, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. But here's the thing, like in the comics, his ball of energy can be on his hand or at the end of his stick or whatever. There's no way for this to really go on his hand effectively, because there's no holes on the side of this. Like, you can't put the stick through this way for him to hold it. So that's unfortunate. But then also this ball has a big hole here and a little hole here. And I don't really understand why. I guess you can just slide it on this way, but then it's floppy, so you can't really do that. So your only real option is to put it like this. But the way they've designed it, it still just pulls right through. So I don't know what they were doing with this. It doesn't actually attach to the stick in any way. Like, that holds it on well enough, but as you can see, it doesn't. There's no good way to use this. So his energy projection ball is kind of junky, kind of weird. But I like the shading on it, so that's kind of cool. So accessory-wise, I don't know, 5 out of 10. They put a whole bunch of money into making a stick and ball that doesn't even work. So, let's go ahead and get into the articulation, because it's a really good-looking figure, so hopefully they made it pose well. But as I'm looking at his torso, I'm thinking probably didn't. Alright, let's rip his head off first. Oh, that doesn't usually happen. So he does have a double ball peg head. They're still doing... Wow, they did facets and nurbles. Nubbins, not nurbles. They did facets on that ball peg and nubbins. Let me brighten it up for you. That's not how you do a ball joint, ever, 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 ever. That's not good. Don't do that. It doesn't work well, but they don't care. So let's push that back in and see if we can make it work. That's what, no, can't do that, too vulgar. Oh wow, that came out so easily. Now I can't go back in. Alright, got it. He is now capitated. Looking up and down, it's okay. It's not particularly good at all. Leaning side to side, pretty limited. It's still better than the disc hinge. A double ball peg is always better than the disc hinge, but Hasbro just needs to learn how to do them. I don't know why they do such bad ones. They do really, really bad ball joints. Now, the shoulder pads, unfortunately, look a little disconnected from the suit, but they do rotate with the arm, which is nice. I will take it. It's not a good transition from suit to shoulder pad, the way they've done it, but it does rotate. That's a good thing. You can't raise his arms up. That's a bad thing. Limited articulation is always a bad thing when we're talking about action figures, especially when there's no real benefit to it. So that kind of blows. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow on this guy. Ooh. It works. It works pretty well, even with his little pouchy wrist thing, so that's pretty good. He is still pretty gummy, though not as bad as many other figures. I don't think I could rip this guy apart without breaking it, so that's good. It's not going to happen on accident. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge. Nice skinny wrists. It actually looks like a comic character. A lot of pinching in where things are supposed to be pinched in. It looks so much better. I can't get over how much better the figures look from Hasbro when they actually look like what they're supposed to look like. Now, his torso has very limited range. He just has the diaphragm joint. He leans back a little bit. He leans forward a little bit, and he leans side to side actually pretty well, so that's nice. Rotation is there. But that's it. It's so limited. Put another joint in the torso. Put a joint in the torso. That's how you're supposed to do it. The hips go out to the side really well. That's better than most Spider-Man figures. That's really, really, really good. And then bringing the leg forward, yeah, you get up to about horizontal. That's fine. They go back just a touch. Thigh swivel happens down here at the pouches, which is good. That's a good way to hide it. It's a nice sculpt overall. It's pretty functional. Even with the pouches, his legs get decent range. Of course, you're going to have some limitations just due to the character design. It's so odd to me that they spent this much money on Cardiac. I mean, yes, it's a really cool design, but to dump your budget on Cardiac... Oh, he got what? Oh, you can't rotate his legs? Why? Not that I like that joint, but it's a separate piece, Hasbro. I mean, I know why. It's cheaper for them to do it this way. That sucks. But they still dumped a buttload of budget into the cardiac. That's so strange. Ankles go all the way back, pretty far forward. Ankle rocker is really steep. A swivel here would have saved that ankle rocker, but it cannot because it's not there. So anyway, they dumped a ton of budget into this guy, and his articulation is still average at best. His articulation rating is going to get a 6 out of 10. He doesn't pose very well. You know what? No, that's not fair. I will say 7 out of 10. He poses like most Marvel Legends. It's not particularly bad, but being a brand new sculpt should have been better. So now it's time for the final verdict. This great character design, if you like 90s type stuff, which I love. I think it's a great design, and Hasbro nailed it, other than the weird face. But having the articulation suck and the accessories only be barely passable is really unfortunate. But it does look good on a shelf. It's going to look better than 99% of your Marvel Legends overall. So I'm going to give this guy an overall rating of 8.5. The aesthetic goes a really long way. Having him be actually meaty and thick, like he's going to be bigger than most of your heroes. He's going to be more muscular and chunkier and more dynamic looking than basically every other figure on your shelf. This guy and Wolverine, that's it. That meatiness makes such a big difference. This guy's probably thicker than Iron Man without the Iron Man suit, so it's a really good thing. But yeah, he's still not a great figure because it doesn't pose. He could have. He doesn't pose well, but he could have. So yeah, whatever. He gets a good rating, but he's still not like an exceptional figure by any standards other than Marvel Legends. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll be done there. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.